Hey ladies, I want to talk about something that I find real important to me, and I had Courtney go over it with me just to make sure I wasn't going to say anything offensive to anybody, but I feel like this needs to be said, and I feel awkward being a man and saying it, but as one of the 9 out of 10 males that struggles with sexual sin, I notice everywhere I go, particularly in the summer, that women are wearing short shorts and tank tops, low-cut tops, dresses that cut off above the knee while being low-cut on top, and of course bikinis. The part that concerns me the most is that I know that many of these women are followers of Christ. Some of this attire even finds its way into the Sunday morning service. Romans 14:13. Therefore let us not pass judgment on one another any longer, but rather to decide never to put a stumbling block or hindrance in the way of a brother. I understand that our culture has placed a huge significance on gender independence and that considering the struggles of men while choosing your clothing seems almost oppressive. But as a man, I can tell you that that we're constantly sinning as we try to fight through this American culture of sexual openness. Proverbs 5 makes it apparent that God designed the female body to be pleasing to a man. We're warned that we are to be satisfied visually by our wives and to avoid the women that try to entice us. God created your body to be a sacred object. It's a powerful tool that's meant to be used to create desire in your husband. To show off your legs, your chest, your stomach, or your butt is to take something that God intended for the marriage bed and put it on display for anyone to see. This public display not only cheapens the value of your body, but it throws a massive stumbling block in the way of men who were designed by God to be drawn to your body. Many women, without even realizing it, crave this attention. They want men to look at them. It gives them just a special feeling that it's really not where they're supposed to get that feeling from. Make no mistake then, when men are looking at you, they're lusting and they're sinning. You've become the object of their sin. You're worth so much more to this than God, to yourself, your family, and one day to the man you're going to marry. 1 Timothy 2:8-10. Likewise, also that women should adorn themselves in respectable apparel, with modesty and self-control, not with braided hair and gold or pearls or costly attire, but with what is proper for women who profess godliness with good works. I'm not saying that you should never try to look pretty or attractive, but beauty and sexual attraction are two very different things. Do you want to attract a man who can see how beautiful you are on the inside and outside, or do you want to attract the attention of men who see the sexual attributes in you and crave them? Just as men need to understand that our culture has decided that looking at a woman lustfully is normal and acceptable, women need to understand that revealing or accentuating your body with revealing clothing is not pleasing to our Father in heaven. The normal for America is one of extreme sexual openness and immorality, which is the very reason that God destroyed the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. It's important in every area of our lives to look at things from God's perspective and not use our own understanding or that of our peers. Men who take caution to protect their eyes will frequently face the persecution of friends and family. Likewise, women will likely be asked about their choices to only wear appropriate attire that conceals the temple that is your body, instead of putting it on display as the rest of the girls do out there. This follows the theory that if nobody notices that we are Christians by our actions, then we're doing something wrong. I challenge you to take a look at what God sees and to consider the men in your life who are faced with more sexual temptation in this age than at any other time. Take pride in the sacred ability God has given you to bring sexual pleasure to your husband simply by revealing yourself to him, and hide that gift from other men. And you really don't want these other men staring at you and sinning and lusting over you and all these negative things and sin around you, do you?